The focus is on the big story that we are tracking at this point of time. In a major move, the Supreme Court has passed an order directing all the strays dog in Delhi-NCR to be picked up within 8 weeks and housed in dedicated dog shelters to be set up by the concerned authorities. The court has asked the immediate setting up of the shelters with sufficient personnel for their sterilisation process. The court has also categorically stated that any resistance or interference from the individuals and the organizations will face strict action and to be held as a contempt of the court, as the decision has been taken after being motivated by public sentiments. This of course comes after the apex court in a previous hearing on this matter had raised serious concerns over the rising cases of the dog bites and rabies as well, stating that the elderly and the children are the most vulnerable and especially in fact prone to such ramifications of these increasing incidents. Now, with the questions over what exactly the large scale exercise will entail, NewsX has also come with an action plan to ease the implementation of the top court's order. Now, beginning with the public private partnership for the setting up of the shelters, contributions to a fund towards their establishment would also ease the process. Another move that could contribute to an all-round benefit is the sensitisation of program for all the dog catchers. An estimate cost per year as well as a mass adoption program to be executed are the steps that could be implemented. Meanwhile, let us take a closer look at NewsX stray dogs plan and what are the animal birth control rules that the top court called absurd over stray dog menace. All right, let us now look at the public-private partnership that NewsX suggests to be taken up in the shelters. And as we see as the stray dog plan priorities that continues to be on the agenda, the first of the suggestions that has come is the public-private partnership to be set up in the shelters. And as we see, there has been much contention over this latest judgment by the Supreme Court on the stray dog rehabilitation. What we suggest essentially at this point of time, as the stray dog menace is also in fact a big cause of concern for the dog lovers, we announce that a fund to generate the public contributions for these shelters should be made, because there are so many people who are very worried because of the judgment. This is what the suggestion has come up with. All the dog catchers go through a training program so that there could not be more in fact worry instilled in the emotion of the dog lovers as to the treatment that has been given to the stray dogs. Now, we also in fact include a very important point which involves all the resident welfare association heads. Often the RWAs are the people who are either too against or too pro of feeding the stray dogs in the national capital if we speak of. So, the heads being included in that part of in fact the training program will also facilitate more enlargement. Now, it is also important to see that the NewsX plan offers that it prepares a cost estimation, which average dog lifespan is 15 years and the rehab process cost goes on the 7 to 8 years. So, the average cost estimation should also be prepared in detailed. Now, we also in fact have another issues at this point of time, which is adoption manners as they come, and it is also important to see that we make a comprehensive adoption program to institutionalize the kind of adoption priorities which will be set up for the people who want to take care of the stray dogs. Now, let us also have a look at the sterilisation and the vaccination process. It is important to look at all of these in complete focus given the kind of contention they have been going over. Now, the core principle is to control the stray dog menace and the population while preventing the rabies through the systematic sterilisation and immunization. This is what the larger aim of the entire process of immunization focuses at. The role of the local authorities which comes into include the municipal bodies at the very local level. It also includes the corporations and also panchayats which are mandated to implement the ABC and the anti-rabies programs. All of these in complete coherence have actually acted on to the sterilisation and immunization process, and if one contests the other body, it becomes difficult to coordinate in that manner to immunize the stray dogs. Now, there is no relocation of dogs, while the rule generally prohibits the relocation of the stray dogs from one area to another. The immunization plans largely and essentially focuses at immunizing the stray dogs with a very detailed vet approved procedure. Now, the current procedure as per the rules is to sterilize and vaccinate a stray dog and then release it back into the same area from where it was picked up. So that even if the dog in any cases happen to bite, the extent to which the damage is caused for the disease is not as much, which is because of the now also because of the community involvement. Resident Welfare Association, the RWAs, and the Apartment Owners Association have also a very huge responsibility and a very crucial role to play and manage the feeding of the community animals here. Now, this is the Animal Birth Control Rules 2023, which have been put under the immunization process. The community involvement also looks at the farm animal welfare, while the rules emphasize that treating animals with the care and compassion, with also in fact more care to be given, to be performed by a qualified veterinary doctor. All right, viewers. Now, in fact, as we have looked at major angles which form the basis of the dialogue in this discourse of the latest judgment by the Supreme Court, let's